may know, I was a basketball player at Louisiana Tech during my days there. My heart was with learning not only to play the game, but also to teach the game. And to be able to do that, education was my pathway. Once I got out of Louisiana Tech and began teaching, teaching became my passion and coaching became less of a passion. A little bit about my family. I met my wife in 1973. She had just graduated from Louisiana Tech.
His sister was in my sorority, Nancy, and I just remember, him being older, but very cute.
It was quite by luck that my wife and I met. It's a real God thing, but we did, and we got married 5 months after we met. So she was a teacher in Rayville, and I was going to graduate school at Ruston.
The superintendent of Bossier Parish Schools really liked Bud, and he knew that his time was coming up, not being the assistant basketball coach. So he asked him if he would like to come and apply for a Parkway High School coach position in basketball. Mr. McCarthy had me apply to be a kindergarten teacher at the school right beside Parkway. It was Sun City Elementary. And it was so funny because sometimes when he came, my kindergarten students just looked at him because he was tall, big. And so they would say, "Miss Dean, your daddy's here." And I would just die laughing.
In 1987, I got my certification for administration and became the assistant principal at Cope Middle School in Bossier. I went on to Russian Middle School, Airline High School for 9 years.
He was there at Desert Storm when Robbie was like 3 years old. And he became the principal of Bossier High School and was there for four years. During that time, he had to go to Enduring Freedom. He was in the Army Reserves, so he had to go to Fort Pope for, I think it was 2 years. And when he came back, he still had his job at Bossier. But
was there for 6 years and then retired from the Bossier Parish system in 2006. My daughter was by design because she followed in her parents' footsteps.
And my daughter had him as her assistant principal at Airline. So that was a lot of fun for her. He would get on the intercom and he would say, "Jenny, you forgot your lunch money. It's in my office."
She is now the high school coordinator for English and foreign language in Bossier Parish. She's had a super successful teaching career in Bossier and now has stepped into administration at the district level.
You've given over 40 years of your career and your life to students across this area, and I know all about that because I was one of them. We hope you enjoy every moment today, and we can't wait to celebrate you soon. We love you. We're so proud of you. Congratulations.
My son, I was really quite surprised that he went into education. He goes all over the world assessing education programs for Teach for All, making recommendations for improvement in teacher training.
I can't believe this is the last year you're going to be working in a school. Ever since I can remember as a little boy, I can remember running up and down the halls of Airline High School, hugging all the teachers, going to all the football games, all the basketball games, rolling down the hills at the football stadium with my friends, and always being so proud of who my dad was, Principal Dean. That carried over into the future. My trajectory, my career has been influenced by your work as a principal, as a leader in education. And I hope to aspire to do the same.
Our students, I'd like to say this. What I hope for you is that you're going to go through some things throughout your life. But I hope that you don't lose those fundamental values that you've been taught here. Not only educational value, but more so the spiritual values you learned here. I just can't say enough about how much I appreciate the support that the teachers have given me and given the school, because it is really a calling. you got to go to your knees sometimes to really understand how much faith you really have, and that happened to me. And God brought me to Evangel for a reason. It wasn't just by chance, okay? And over these last 13 years, I've seen and experienced things that at one point I would say, oh, that's just coincidence. But now I see it's the hand of the Lord and moving in ways that we don't understand. We just have to accept, and we just have to know that God knows best on things. And my faith now is greater than it's ever been, and Evangel has had a huge part of that, and that's why I love it here.